There are things I stopped doing in midlife that completely changed my body, my energy, and my confidence. And none of them are what most women expect. If you're over 40 and feel like nothing works for you anymore, this video is for you. Because I can tell you firsthand, the issue isn't effort, it's outdated strategies. I'm Janine. I just turned 50 and I put myself through my own program to show you what the right strategy can really do for you. On this channel, I go through all things midlife. I want to show you how to thrive in your 40s, 50s, and beyond. And I want to be midlife BFFs. That's what brought you here, hopefully, and that's what I want to share with you. So in this particular series, I'm just going to take you through my midlife glow up, all of the things that I've already done and what I continue to do to look and feel my absolute best at this stage of life. So if you are over 40 and you're looking to look and feel your best and you want tips on nutrition, fitness, fat loss, fashion, beauty, then you have found the right channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified, and now let's get into the video. I'm gonna tell you what I personally stopped doing in my 40s that actually led to me being here now at 50 years old, looking and feeling my absolute best. I feel better than I even did in my 20s and 30s. And I'm gonna tell you the things I stopped doing to help me get there. I stopped doing fitness classes. Now, don't get me wrong, there was a time in my life that I absolutely loved doing Orange Theory classes. I slowly let Orange Theory take over my entire fitness routine, and I scaled back and stopped going to the gym and doing traditional strength training, and I just did my Orange Theory classes. I got up to 5 classes a week, sometimes even more. And let me explain what the problem is. First and foremost, when you first start incorporating Orange Theory, you will get results initially in the first month or two, and that will get you kind of addicted. You get addicted to the community, you get addicted to the accountability, to the scheduling of it, to just the format. And those results that you see in the first couple of months, they end up stopping. And then what happens? You add more class, oh, I guess I got to do another class and another class. That's what happened to me. I ended up at 5+ classes a week, and my body composition was the worst it had been in decades. I had more body fat and less muscle than I had for years. And I was working harder than ever before. Those classes are not easy. You sweat, you work very, very hard. And the harder I worked, the worse I looked. What was happening was I was burning through my muscle. So you're spiking cortisol. You're not putting your body in a safe place for fat loss. You're not preserving muscle. And it just lends itself to really bad body composition. And that's what happened to me. In order to get stronger and build muscle, you have to do a specific strength training, like progressive overload program that you can track your progress on. And muscle is what is going to help you lose body fat, because when you put on muscle, your body will release body fat. It puts you in an environment to release that body fat. So I stopped doing the fitness classes, and that made a big difference. I went back to traditional strength training. The next thing I stopped doing, now this is probably going to be a little controversial, or you may feel some type of way about it, but I stopped drinking alcohol. If I were to weigh out all of the things I stopped doing, I would say this had the biggest impact on my results. And let me tell you why. I was not a big drinker in my 40s or in my 30s. Well, I should say I wasn't a big drinker in my 40s. However, when I quantified how much I was drinking, if I were to put a dot on the calendar for each day I'd had an alcoholic beverage in the month, I mean, it would probably be 8 out of 30 days, maybe 8 to 10 drinks a month. And that doesn't seem like it impacts you, but it absolutely does. And let me tell you, I did not realize the magnitude of that impact until I stopped. But even drinking 1 to 2 cocktails on a Friday and Saturday night every week was negatively impacting my sleep, inflammation, my energy, my motivation to work out 1 or 2 days after consuming the alcoholic beverage. It impacted so many different things that all contributed to me putting on weight, not being able to lose weight. I mean, not to mention, there are actual factors at play. When you drink alcohol, your body cannot burn fat while it is processing alcohol. But that being said, there are so many other things that it's going to impact. Like I said, sleep, cortisol, even 2 drinks a week will keep your baseline cortisol elevated for up to 5 days after those drinks are consumed before it's back to baseline. And guess what? By the time it's back to baseline, it's time to drink again if you are on like a weekend drinking pattern. So, not only that, I noticed immediate physical changes. My face, my skin, I didn't realize how dehydrating alcohol is, but it is very, very dehydrating. And I felt like I had dark circles. I just felt like my skin quality was very poor, especially for the first couple of days right after drinking. And on the days that you drink, you're more likely to consume more calories. So there's just so many things at play that alcohol impacts. And the only regret I have on giving up the alcohol was that I did not do it decades sooner, because it made such a positive impact in not only my ability to lose weight, I felt like my skin looked more youthful, and my anxiety, my ability to enjoy social situations. I feel like alcohol just had become a crutch that I thought I needed, and I actually didn't need it at all. And it actually was adversely affecting my ability to socialize, and everything got better. Even if you are not a big drinker, I want you to play with stopping drinking for 30 days and journal how you feel. Journal how you feel during those 30 days. And then if you go back to drinking, continue journaling. And then after a couple of months, go back to that month that you didn't drink, and you will clearly see the impact it had on your life. I definitely challenge you to give that a try. Listen, this next one is not necessarily directly affecting or have anything to do with body fat or anything like that, but it is something that I focused on in my 40s and I wish I would have done sooner, and that is sun protection. So Midlife Glow Up isn't just about fat loss. You have to take care of your face and aging prevention. And prior to over maybe the last 5 years, I really never paid attention to sun protection, putting sunscreen on every day and under my makeup, even when I wasn't going to be in the sun. It's just made it a daily part of my life to protect my face. And I feel like it made a big difference in slowing down the aging process. And I wish I would have done that sooner. So listen, Midlife Glow Up is more than just fat loss. It's more than just weight loss goals. It is head to toe. And that is what I want to cover in this series, is all the different things that I do and what I plan on doing. So stopping ignoring sun protection was another thing I stopped in my 40s, and I'm glad I did. Now, this is a big one, and I'd have to say, I only stopped doing this recently in my Road to 50, if you guys happen to catch that series. But I really evaluated the amount of food I was eating, and I realized that my calorie intake was just too low. Why was it too low? Because of years, decades of dieting. Decades of dieting had put my metabolism in a place that was just, in order for me to maintain my weight or to lose weight, my calories had to be very, very low. So I stopped under eating, and I went through a very specific and methodical process to reignite my metabolism by putting on lean muscle, by slowly integrating more food, being okay with a period of time where I was putting on weight in a very slow, steady pace in order to repair my metabolism and get my intake up to a higher place than it had never been. So now I'm in a place where I'm very happy with my body. I went through a fat loss journey and I was able to keep my calories at a much higher, healthier place. And now in maintenance, it is in just a much better place. I'm currently reverse dieting out of the fat loss phase and entering into 1,800 calories a day. And I likely will be able to get myself up to a place of about 2,000 calories a day at maintenance, which to me is amazing. I feel like 2,000 calories is very satisfying and doable and flexible. I'm also doing that without doing cardio. So I don't engage in very specific cardio. I live an active lifestyle and I have a very conservative step goal at 8,000 steps because that is something that I can maintain. So I'm in a really good, healthy place right now to maintain my current physique that I'm really happy with. And that came from me stopping undereating. Another thing I stopped doing is I stopped ignoring recovery and stress. I, again, came from this mentality like, oh, if the weight's not dropping, that means I need to do more. If, my body fat's not dropping, I need to add more cardio. I need to add more weight on this vest. I need to add another workout day. What I didn't realize in my 40s was that adding more was causing me to have less progress because your body needs recovery. That is when you're building muscle and repairing and regenerating cells is when you are recovering. So sleep became a priority for me. Rest days became actual rest days, like my non-negotiables. Instead of, oh, I'm not working out today, so what activity can I do to fill the void of not working out? No, you need to just rest. Take an active recovery day, get outside in nature and walk, but you're not, going on a 6-hour hike. You're not getting on an incline treadmill to watch your shows because it's your rest day. That's not a rest day. You are resting on that day in terms of from activity. So I prioritize recovery and rest and stress management. I try to unwind at the end of the day I romanticize my nighttime routine with a hot shower, a candle, fresh pajamas, read a book. That's all become very, very important to my midlife glow up. I want you to remember that progress happens and fat loss happens when your nervous system feels supported and has the opportunity to like decompress and come down. You cannot be constantly operating up here. You have to give your body and your mind time to bring things back down, rest, relax, recover. And that is when your body is going to release fat, release stress, and put yourself in a really good environment to have an amazing glow up. If you're not already following me on Instagram, I'm gonna put my QR code up on the screen. I'm at coach.janine.escobar. On Instagram, you'll get a window into my life on a daily basis. I'll share what I'm eating, what I'm doing, all the different things in real time. So if you want more of what you see here on YouTube, make sure you're following me on Instagram. And if you have any questions, Instagram Messenger is a great way for us to have a private conversation and we can chat and I can see if I can help. So listen, midlife is not the beginning of the end. I happen to think it is the best time of your life. It's just the beginning of smarter rules and better strategies. In a nutshell, train with intention, eat to nourish your body, reduce inflammation by stopping the alcohol if you can, and protect your recovery and your peace at all costs. You can look better now than you did in your 20s, but only if you stop playing by those old rules. Subscribe to this channel. I document everything that actually works in midlife: body recomposition, fat loss, confidence. And if you want specific help on applying this to your own life, scan this QR code up on the screen and complete an application and jump on a strategy call. The strategy calls are handled by my daughter, and she'll go over all the different coaching program options I have, because sometimes it's overwhelming to try to figure it out and unwind and undo all of these things that you've been doing for so long. And I know for me, it helped me when I just had someone say, hey, this is what will work for you. Now go and do it. I don't know. That's what worked for me. And that is why I developed a coaching program that works like that. I help you develop a specific strategy that is going to work for you in your life right now, because it's not cookie cutter. It's not the same for everybody, but there are some important principles that you need to apply to get the needle moving and to finally feel better, to finally feel like you're getting results for all of your efforts. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified, and stick around here on YouTube because I do provide tons of information. And in this series, it's all about the midlife glow up, how to look and feel your absolute best, stop spinning your wheels, and I'll have new videos every week. I'll see you on the next one.